and provide our staff with outstanding training and experience to continue this important work. At this time, I'm going to hand this interview off to Captain Caleb Durden, who's going to speak to what we're here for today. So, Captain.
Thank you, Sheriff. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's up here, from our corrections officers to our deputies, and our investigators did an outstanding job, and especially Covenant Rescue Group, their instructors did a great job for us and really helped us a lot. God's children are not for sale. I hope this message rings loud and clear throughout all of North Alabama today. Last week, Limestone County Sheriff's Office, Athens Police Department, Covenant Rescue Group, we all partnered together to conduct an undercover operation. This resulted in 9 arrests. These people that we arrested were targeting children in our community. And I'm going to go through those that have been arrested. We have Gilbert Jordan. He's 30 years old, of Madison. He's been charged with human trafficking, traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act, and electronic solicitation of a child. Brandon Adamson. He's 31, of Athens. He's been charged with human trafficking, traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act, and electronic solicitation of a child. Edgar Castro Juarez. He is from Albertville, Alabama. He's 28 years old. He's been charged with human trafficking, traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act, and electronic solicitation of a child. Christopher Tomasello. He's 31, of Bluntsville, Alabama. He's been charged with human trafficking, traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act, and electronic solicitation of a child. Bernardo Sanchez, 43, of Huntsville, has been charged with human trafficking, traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act, and electronic solicitation of a child. Cameron Abernathy, 29, of Athens, has been charged with traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act and transmitting obscene material to a child by computer. Jacob Farley is 22. He's from Huntsville. He's been charged with human trafficking, first degree, traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act, and electronic solicitation of a child. Colin McGee, 30, of Athens. He's been charged with human trafficking, traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act, and electronic solicitation of a child. And lastly, Bobby Pynchon, 37, of Hazel Green, and he has been charged with human trafficking, traveling to meet a child for unlawful sex act. And of these, they will all have an Anislaw hearing this Thursday, with the exception of Cameron Abernathy. He had a $100,000 cash bond, and he has since posted bond. The purpose of this operation was to identify, investigate, and arrest predators seeking to commit sexual acts with children. These offenders targeted and solicited decoys who they believed to be children. These predators found us while searching online through chat rooms, social media, and other sites. These offenders then agreed on cash payments to engage in sexual acts with children, and then they traveled to designated locations in Limestone County to commit these acts. This operation was a result of several months of planning, and we plan to build on this operation's success, and we're going to continue this important work going forward. We remain committed to protecting those who are most vulnerable in our community by proactively disrupting the child sex trade and arresting these sex traffickers. To the parents that are watching this, I hope you're wondering what you can do to help us. Supervise your children. Monitor their electronic devices. These devices, your smartphones, tablets, your video games, the computers that they're on, these are open doors to the minds of your children. And if you don't guard them, I can assure you that these predators are going to be looking for them on those outlets. And lastly, to those who wish to exploit children in the Tennessee Valley, I want you to consider this. The next time you get online looking for a child, you just might be talking to one of my officers, and I can assure you we're going to find you and we're going to arrest you. Thank you. We'll take just a few questions. We're not going to speak to the facts of the case, but Sheriff and I will answer a few questions if you have any.
Would you like to speak?
I don't have to say anything, but I can help answer questions.
Okay. We're going to invite Jared Hudson up with Covenant Rescue Group. So if y'all have any questions, we'd be glad to take those right now.
I'll go first. Many of these men live just right here in surrounding communities. What does that say to your thoughts on people in our community and the efforts to crack down on this in our community?
We're a growing community, and we're not excluded from these predators. I think it's proven in the last week that we need to be taking care of our children. We need to be supervising our children and knowing who their friends are and who they're talking to online. It doesn't just happen in cities outside of Limestone County. None of us are safe.
Yeah, I would like to say this on behalf of your community. This is not unusual. This is something that's not commonly done in law enforcement, targeting child exploitation specifically. So one thing that you need to think about you got the sheriff's office here, you got the PD doing everything that they can, the prosecutor's office doing everything they can to keep bad guys off the street. This is just now a new thing where we utilize these devices that predators target our kids on, because the days of a free candy van showing up and taking your kid is gone. They will talk your child right out of your house. And so these style of operations are what allow us to find in every area, and we find it everywhere we go all over the nation. In every area, these predators do exist. You might go to church with them, you might go to school with them, you might know them. They exist, and these type of operations help local law enforcement target and successfully prosecute those who want to buy or sell children, primarily for sex, in these child exploitation operations.
And you are listening to the news conference right there in Limestone County. They mentioned that they did an undercover operation. They made 9 arrests, mainly in the North Alabama, Huntsville, Madison County area. They will have those 9 people who are arrested will have an Anna's Laws hearing on Thursday. Now, Way 31 will continue to follow this. We're going to give you developing news for this throughout the day. But for now, let's go ahead and get a check of that forecast. We're going to turn things over to Way 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Grace Anello.
Demetria, the good news is we have a whole lot of sunshine on tap this week in the Tennessee Valley. We're green for all 3 days on the Way 31 threat tracker, and we're staying consistent as far as sky.